In today's instructional video, I'm going to go over the song The Nearness of You. Specifically, I'm going to actually show you how to arrange it for one hand. I have quite a few one-handed students, and one of them, Dr. Mike, is the one I'm specifically doing this video for, but there'll be a lot of techniques actually that one-handed and or two-handed pianists can learn from, i.e. some arranging techniques, some voicing techniques, etc. So again, this is for Dr. Mike, but again, anyone looking to learn how to arrange will learn a lot from this video. So I'm going to start out with basic triads. You have these pickup notes, and the first chord is F major. So I would typically play this as F second inversion. So now we have a C minor, and then we have an F dominant going home to B flat major. Now B flat diminished, moving to A minor, which we could do as a seventh coming up. Now we go to perhaps a D7 here to G minor, which could be a second inversion or just these two notes. So, and then we have C7. There's my melody, my third and my seventh. We know we have to play the third and seventh for any seventh chord. That's the minimum we need to play. So here's C7. Now this could be F major, or we could do A minor, and then we're going to do D7, moving to G minor, moving to C7, and then we're back to tonic F major. Okay? So, whenever we have a major triad, we can try to add the major seventh. Let's see how that sounds. There it is. All right, here's my 7. So now I'm going to take the basic triads and turn them into sevenths. It's kind of like level 2. So here we go. F major becomes F major 7. Here's my C minor, and I'm going to add my 7th. Now here's my F7. That's the way it was before. Now here's my B flat with adding the 7th. There it is. Here's my B flat diminished, adding this diminished 7th. Here's my A minor, adding the 7th. All right. Now here's my D7. All right. D, F sharp, C. We know we have to do the 7th and the 3rd, and I can catch my root very easily with 2 notes with my thumb. So it's A minor 7, D7. Here's my G minor. I could add the 7th. Here's my C7. Okay. I could do a C9, a little more color. Here's my A minor with the 7th added. Here's my D7 again, going to G minor 7th. There's my 7, and there's my tritone for C dominant. Okay. Let's see if we could add some ninths. For example, this would be F major 9. Do you see that? We've got the 7th, the 5th, the 3rd, and the 9th. There's no root. All right. Basically, the basic principle is if you are playing a root, you can make it a 7th, and you can sometimes replace the root with the 9th, for example. Right, there's my 9th instead of my root. There's no F, but we have the color 9, 3, and 7. Right, the 5th is thrown in for good measure. It's not really necessary. Now here's C minor 7. Let's see if we do C minor 9. There's the 9th replacing the root, so that's a little more colorful. Here's my F7. If I did F9, we'd have that. I could actually add the root in with that one. It's a bit of a big span. could do some altered notes, some more color with the F7, like raise the 5th. Okay, but we're going to try the 9th. So here we go. Here's my 9. Here's my 9, C minor 9. Here's F9. Possibly this. Either F7 or F9. I'm not sure I like the 9, but it's not bad. And now we're going to go to B flat major 7. Again, we can replace the root with the 9th. So that would be, you could actually do all 5 notes if you wanted. You could do the root and the 9th. It just depends on how much B flat sound you want. So F7, there's my 7. Now the diminished we don't really do 9s with, so we'll just keep the B flat diminished 7. Now here if I did A minor 9, I would crowd my melody. I don't want that. So A minor 7 is great. And then there's my D9 to my G minor 9. That's going to crowd. I don't like the 9 there, so we'll do D minor, G minor, girl minor 7. There's my C9. Yeah, the C9 is much better here. You can hear how this is kind of plain vanilla sounding. Just replace that root with the 9th. Same thing here, A minor 7. Can't do the 9th because it would crowd the melody. Alright, here's my D9, and then my G minor 9. Could do that, but technically you're holding this, so D9, and then G minor 7, and there's my C9. Okay? So, the takeaway from that is you can often, but not always, you can often replace the root with the 9th if you want a little more color. Now, let's talk about targeting some chords. This gets to some great arranging principles applicable for one-handed students, two-handed students, you know, basically everyone. So my first chord is major, F major. So you can say to myself, well, what's the strongest pulling chord to F major? Well, it'd be C dominant. There's my C dominant 7 moving to F. Now, if that works, which I think it does, let's see if I can do C9. Well, if a dominant chord, 5 goes to 1, that's C dominant 5 going to 1 F major, we know we can try and put a 2 in front of a 5. So if C is 5, F is 1, 2 would be G. We know 2 is always minor. So we could put a G minor chord preceding the C, Charlie, dominant chord. So that would sound like this. There's my G minor 7. There's my C7 moving to F major 7. Now here's my C minor 7. Here's my F dominant. I could maybe add a raised 5th. That would be nice. See that raised 5th? A little color. Going to B flat major 7. Okay, so that concept is putting a 2 in front of a 5 and targeting a major chord, or F major, with its respective 5, which we know to be dominant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C dominant. There's my C to F. Put a 2 in front of the 5, G minor. G minor 7. Now I could do C9. I could do C7 flat 9. Alright, there's no root, but now I've added more color. Alright, so either C dominant 9 or C7 flat 9. That's even more color. F major, right? Now, what if I did a diminished chord, knowing I'm going toward the C minor? Remember, if you have a minor chord that you like or is correct, you can try to precede it with a diminished chord, either half step above or a half step below. So my target C minor 7, I'm going to try a half step above, D flat diminished. So I got 2, 5 into F major. Now I'm going to try D flat, dog flat diminished 7, moving to C minor. Perfect. Okay, so that's basically how diminished function. They move by half step. either down or up, and they, in my experience, almost always go to minors. They're best moving to minors. So if I have a minor target, like C minor, I know I can try D flat diminished, half step above the C minor, or B diminished. Now I know B diminished is not going to work with this melody note. So I'm going to try the other one, D flat. That works. It's part of the D flat diminished. And that's not conflicting, right? It's not a half step away from any of the notes of the D flat diminished. So we got 2, 5, 1 of F. Now, diminished, half step above my target of C minor. Now here's my F7. I'm going to do some color, like raise 5. Moving to B flat major, or B flat major 9. I like the B flat major. It's a little more correct, but this is not wrong. B flat major 7. Now here's another diminished. It's a B flat diminished chord, basically, moving a half step down to a, that's right, up to a minor. Here's my A minor. So my B flat diminished, move a half step down to A minor. All right, now here's my D7. All right, I need my 3 and my 7 at the very least, but I'm throwing in the root because it's easy. Now, very quickly, D7 has another partner, cousin I call it, Tritone Substitute. So D7 has the same 3rd and 7th as the A flat 7. So those two chords are interchangeable. So I could come off of the B flat diminished 7, or B flat diminished, go to the A minor 7. Now I could do A flat 7. See that? A flat, 7th and 3rd. So I can do either A flat 7 or the D7. Either one works. 2, A flat 7, 2. There's my G minor 7, C9, or C7 flat 9, or C7. Your choice. Now, typically we go to F major 7, but let's do 3 for 1. We know from our diatonic knowledge that if F is 1, F major 7 was 1, we can try to substitute 3, A minor 7, for 1. So we're coming off of G minor. Instead of F major, I'm going to do A minor 7. Now I can do A flat dominant, or D dominant, either one, and then G minor, and then C7 flat 9. Okay, so actually there's 2 or 3 guiding principles here which will take you very far in terms of arranging, one-handed or two-handed. Remember, if you have a major chord and it's a 1, which most of the time it is, it's either 1 or 4, you can try and precede that with its respective 2, 5. 2, 5, 1. And diminished move by half. Here we go, D flat diminished. Into C minor. Here's my F7, I'm going to give it some color. Raise the 5th. There's my 3 and 7, gotta have that. A little bit of color, I can put the root in if I wanted. B flat major 7, 3rd inversion, right? Here's my diminished. B flat diminished. We know that's moving down a half to A minor. 1, 2. Here's D7, dog 7, which is 5 of G minor. Okay? That's a huge part of arranging. Just thinking of your targets and preceding them.